name of the Lord in various topics, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kakodash. Anyway, I want to open with this comment that was put up by GMS Info Doc, Channel 12. And this was put up on the video I did entitled To the Unknown Forgotten God. So now when you go to Acts 17 chapter and you read that, that's around the 22nd, 23rd verse. I'm not going to go to it. But it says that Paul saw an inscription to the unknown God. So I went into the word unknown or to the unknown God. And there was some history of the people of Athens, Greece, which were Israelites. Because you had Israelites scattered, just like you have Israelites or Jake scattered all around the world today. You had that going back more than 2,000 years ago. We're literally going to be scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. So you can run into somebody who looked like a straight up Edomite, blonde hair, blue eyes, look like a total Edomite, and that could be a Jake. Then you can run into someone that has woolly hair, dark skin, all the features of a so-called Negro, and that could be an Edomite. You're going to run into people that look like Moabites and who are in fact Israelites. So we're literally scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. So, but we can't be in Athens, Greece. The reason why the Apostle Paul did his journeys, and where he did his journeys was up there in Corinth, Athens, Asia Minor. All you got to do is go to Google and put in Paul's journeys, and it'll give you a map. Now, they tell you in history that there was 3 journeys, but I believe there were 5. Now, does Paul have to do the journeys now? No, because he would have YouTube. YouTube does the journeys for the men that are teaching his truth. Anyway, it says in his comment, because I had mentioned it, but I didn't mention the individual's name, but I did a video on this individual named Giorgio Trissino. Now it says here in the comment, both I and the letter as in the letter I and J as in the letter J were used interchangeably by scribes to express the sound of both the vowel and the consonant. The vowel is the I, the consonant is the J. It wasn't until 1524 when Giorgio Trissino, an Italian Renaissance keyword. Renaissance is the Renaissance is when Esau came back into power and we went down. We ruled for 1,000 years, and Esau was chained down pursuant to Revelation, the 20th chapter. I always go into that chapter. And somebody got to do a breakdown of Revelation, the 20th chapter. It's an easy chapter, but there's a lot of people out there that don't know the full chapter. Anyway, there's a break in the chapter where you read in Revelation, the 20th chapter, 7th verse. People have read it and said, you mean to tell me that Esau is going to come back out and take us over again? So that has to be broken down. So I'm going to put that out there in the air If nobody does it, I'll do it. Anyway, it says an Italian Renaissance grammarian known as the father of the letter J. Now, years ago, we used to say the letter J came about, and that's from, if you go to some of these dictionaries, it'll say the letter J came about in the 1600s or the 17th century, but in actuality, the letter J became known even before that. But this guy, how can I say, put a stamp of approval on it, that the J is actually actually part of the alphabet, if you will, of the Renaissance. What is Renaissance all about? Now, Esau tell you some BS. You can look it up. I'm not going to do it. Renaissance just means Jake being brought down and Esau coming up into power. So not only did they have the images of what they thought the Lord looked like, and the angels and the disciples and Moses and Abraham looked like, but they also had their names. So for anybody that's an Israelite that uses the word Jesus or even Christ, but the main word is Jesus because of the letter J, you're not on a very high level, or you sold your soul. Because there's no way in hell any Israelite group that came out of One West should be using the letter J for Jesus or the Christ, or even have Christ in the name of their organization. It says an Italian Renaissance. So the picture of the current Christ, Caesar Borgia, is a Renaissance Christ. So the name Jesus is his Renaissance name. If Esau never came into power pursuant to Revelation 20th chapter, there would be no such letter as the letter J. It would be non-existent. It says, so he was known as the father of the letter J, made a clear distinction between the two sounds. Now, you can easily go to Google and put his name in. I'll give you a lot more information. I'm not going to dwell on this. But anyway, the hell's going on now? Now this thing's acting up. Bear me for a minute. Bear me for a minute.
And verse 13.
Okay, what you hear in the background?
Let's start at 12. That we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Yahushua, and whom he also trusted.
That's a video that's currently live, entitled "Lamb Back to the Unknown, Forgotten God, the Elect Sealed." Okay, so where the hell am I? Anyway, the title of this video is the name of the Lord. So what is the true name of the Lord? We teach that the name of the Lord is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, in which these Edomite scholars, they agree that the name is a Yah-ha-wah-ha. Now, they might pronounce it differently than we do, but they all agree that the characters Yah-ha-wah-ha is the name of the Lord, and his son's name goes back to the name Joshua, in during the time of Moses, Deuteronomy, and the book of Joshua. Joshua in the Hebrew would be Yahweh Shai. Now in the blue letter, they say that Yahweh Shai, but they'll write it as a Yahweh Shawai, means Yahweh. I believe they say it means Yahweh saves, which it doesn't mean that. The word Yahweh Shai is Yah.